I don't think I have to do anything other than just restart OBS. Typically when that happens, just turning it off and turning the stream off and back on just makes it work. We good? Yep. This has happened before, and I'm pretty sure all I had to do was restart OBS. There's my plan, because I need to build up a huge quartz buffer here. I'm gonna let the quartz run. And I'm even gonna let the constructor run. I'm just going to remove... This is the quartz. No, this is the quartz, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna remove the very first bit of belt. Because this is on. This is powered. I'll just remove the very first little bit of belt here. And let it just build up a backstock of quartz. And the second one too. So that this quartz buffer can just start to pile. Oh, it's already got a quartz buffer. Perfect. And now I can plug it in. Now I can plug it in. Okay, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. Put you in my... I'll keep you. Put you in my hands. Let's go down here and activate the quartzinator. Dispatch some power. Call it a day. Quartz me, daddy. Does it spin? Is this the thingy spin? Oh. It does! That is a lot of pizzazz they've added to the miner menu. It's got a little spinning thingy. That's neat. Okay. I'm gonna fucking Naruto run down the Mark III belt. That's fucking... That did in fact add a lot of pizzazz, Satisfactory dubs. Good job. It's useless and I love it. It is useless. Okay, now this... Alright, getting it connected is actually a huge pain. How'd I do this? I got it because it's working on the layer below me. Which means I made this function. I mean, I guess there's no reason to really fight it when I can very easily scoot this back like 1 single inch. I also don't think it was going into the splitters. Wall nodes are the most fucking obnoxious thing in this whole game. Wall nodes are so hard to use. They just refuse to allow you to play with them. Alright. I guess it would be easier to run this in straight. I don't know why I'm doing it sideways like a fucking weirdo. Easier to do it like this. I run this here. And then run a thing on the backside. Remove wall. Connect belt directly, replace wall. That could also possibly work. That could, if that had failed, that could have been a backup. Okay, now the input needs to be on this side. And then the input needs to be on that side. So we delete this floor. Delete this floor. Replace all these belts because that definitely needs to be Mark III. And it's only going into 1 Mark II right now, that's fine. How much are you actually using? And I'm gonna miss the 1 that lands me on the floor I want. No, okay, you are taking in 40, so you could make those Mark I belts for better metering. Because I'm forcing a buffer now. Metering it as much as possible is useful. Alrighty, and then we need the fast lift. Go to there. Need another. God, I hate window fucking connectors. Going in, that's good. Then we need another one. Go to there. That's off. Makes a little click noise, but it's lined up right. Put that shit in the window. That should be good. Now we can ladder that back and forth and just use a metered system here. I think walls can't be placed over belts. Yeah, I don't think you can actually do that with a wall to a belt. I don't think that's an option. We have to aim to get some of this shit to work. Making quartz crystal with some amount of overclock. I'll get to all that later. I'm not programming the things yet. I'm just getting this all set up and making sure that we have buffers as far as possible, because this is going to be running on a pretty fucking hefty buffer. Alright, so... Oh, this does not go into a second constructor. This goes into a splitter that goes into 2 constructors. There is another constructor, but it's not right there. Right there. Bop. So at the end of this, I'm gonna have this floor layout fucking memorized. That goes into 1 constructor, 2 constructor. I'm gonna have to code all these. I imagine it's as close as possible. And why it wouldn't be. I have no idea what this is powering. What kind of belts are we using? 2s? Just cuz. Okay. 2 and 2. 2 and 2. And do these merge? Just go together? They do. That's cable is what that is. Oh, these are iron wire. These are iron wire into cable. Okay, we're almost done. There is a manufacturer aligned with the window with 1 conveyor belt space between its back and the tile line. I don't realize I'm not putting machinery and splitters is 1 extra step away from each other is too fiddly. I started doing that with wall pass-throughs. Wall pass-throughs have pissed me off enough. They just go an extra unit away because I'm tired of fighting them. The wall pass-throughs I feel like have the worst like hook in existence. Here? Here? Nope. Further over. Close, though. There. Yes. And... yes. Okay, that's right. I'll just leave this hole here for a moment so I can look. Okay, so I need a merger. And a space is not exactly mixing the size of the world map. The size of the world map's not what I'm concerned with. What I'm concerned with is the size of the fucking factory. Oops. Alright, 2 clicks to put a conveyor belt down. Okay. Those are probably 1s, honestly. They're 2s merged into a 1. Because I probably think I ran out of rips at that point. I must have run out of rips. This. That's going across post here to input to manufacturer. Going to there. Then we have Crystal Boy. It's turning. Close. Turning here. This hook. Thank you. Turning here, and then turning up against the side here. Going along and into input 1. I love how that works automatically. Manufacturers is so big compared to most other non-oil equipment. Yeah, it does make them very difficult to use, but considering they're used for like the toppest tiers of materials, I get it. It is kind of annoying that they take an absolutely insane amount of space. It makes it difficult to build a factory for something you have to manufacture. Oh, I did this the same thing down there, but with one less clip. That's kind of cool. Slight improvement. Variable stackable. My boy is going to chill right there. Bip. Bop. And just put it in the hole. Alrighty. That's a floor clone. Yeah, I feel like at this point belts now curve much better than they used to. That's a floor clone. Machinery and belt wise, that is a cloned floor. I haven't set up any of the machines, and I haven't done inputs, and I haven't done power. So you, my boy, are almost certainly going to need to, by absolute necessity, be a Power Pole Mark III. Requires me to have what that I don't have? A high-speed connector? Surely I can craft a single high-speed connector. Yeah, I might just be getting used to how the spaghetti of the conveyor belts functions. Holy shit, it's hot in here. Okay. Oh. That was easy. Hold on.
That was easy.
That is just... Are you carrying plastic? I'll actually craft a few of those, I think. Have them on me. Super easy. That definitely needs to be a Mark III. That's going to have so many connections because it needs to... That's the link to every floor. So... Oh, man. Downside is tearing it down means I have to redo a ton of wires, but that's fine. I had to look at this anyway. So this goes directly inside to a Power Pole Mark II. They store things in the crafting menu now? They sure do, buddy. That's part of the update from literally yesterday. Okay, so you're connected to the miner, the first 2 smelters, and the pole next to you. That was the sound of literally the entire factory turning off. Because every single machine in the entire factory runs through this pole. Which would be a problem where there are things that could threaten this pole. Fortunately, there are not. Some massive facet of my factory has also turned off. I don't know what it is. Obviously, none of this is on, but somewhere we're down from 1100 to 850 now. Another portion of the factory somewhere has shut down. I still don't care. I have a jillion everything. The computer plant is the only thing I fucking care about. Will you stop being open all the time? Yeah, somewhere a storage filled and something turned off. It's 150, that's not a ton of power. It could literally just be the cement production. We know cement was close to full. Cement production may have shut down. Whatever it is, I don't care. There's nothing that could have turned off just now that would impact anything else. Inputs is gonna suck. Inputs is gonna fucking suck. Hope everyone is full aware of the absolute misery that's gonna be doing inputs for this building. Very nice. Oh, there's extra floor hanging off the floor here is made of floor. Oh, just one. Oh boy. Pretty much everything, and iron and copper has filled all storage in my world, and I don't give a fuck, yeah. My copper storage is about to cop off. Oh, I actually just dumped a bunch of cables. Once cable and wire are both full, I'll just let all my copper turn off. I don't fucking care. I have bazillions. Oh, boy. This is gonna be the nuts. This is 8.
8.
8.
8. 8.
It is 8 a.m. somewhere in house.
Hot cakes. Thank you for the $8, my dude. Appreciate it. 8 a.m. somewhere. Oh my god, it's so hot. Chat, I don't know if I can continue surviving in this room at the time being. I don't know if there's anything I can do about the heat, though. This is a problem. It hasn't been this hot recently. Okay. Power up here. Power is going to be the second giant ass pane of the ass pane triumvirate. The first is building the floor. The second is powering the floor. And the third, of course, is retuning the fucking floor. Perfect. It's got 3 more slots for the 3 more dots that I'm going to need. Fantastic. Where is the next power pole? I want to say these first 2 floors are actually only powered by 2 posts, because there's not that many machines in the grand scheme of things. I want to say it just goes right to a Mark II pole right there. Yep, that's it. Okay, so there's a Mark II pole right in front of the assembler, and I just stick a bunch of shit to a bunch of other shit. Make a power network thingy. That's easy. I can do that. Connect wires to things. If I do Power Pole Mark II and I point at a machine, okay, no, it doesn't give me the ability to just build a connection. Okie doke. So you have 6 more connections. One of them has to be here. The rest of them can power as many machines as your dumbass can reach. Which is that many. Don't feel like that's why I've done the lower floors, because that makes the cable go outside. How about you? That probably powers the assembler on the lower floors. This wire's definitely not here. Ooh. Fine. Didn't they not have power? Everything has power, just nothing's being... Oh shit, I put the whole thing in there. Quartz is escaping. The quartz is escaping. Alright, time for clocks. Right, need a cell for that. 133. That, I'm getting about a bazillion Discord messages. Now we're getting that we, glad I looked. The Discord messages are that we may be down a player again for Godsmouth. This time is Derp. Alright, so you're right, the rolling 7s. I remember. 107 alt crystal oscillators. Actually, no, these are regular crystal oscillators because alts were literally the worst thing ever. 93 cable, and a 107 iron wire, 83 iron wire. Okay. (107, 93, 93, 83). Do that. I can do that. This part I could also... Oh, this would be the part... This is the part that I could wholesale look at the schematic and understand what I'm looking at. I could do that. That's possible. Because I could see all these numbers. Those are the numbers that the schematic definitely does have on it. Alright, so you are regular crystal oscillators. Running at, I forgot already. It was 107, right? 107, because to make this a normal human number up here. You are standard cables. Yeah, that's 7%. You have to overclock. That ripples down the whole fucking line and makes everything just slightly off. 93, you are an iron wire. Running at 83. Alt recipes for everything in the manufacturer, like poison. Yeah, I haven't seen, well, not everything. Well, yeah, I guess now you're right. Because the alt recipe for your computer isn't made in a manufacturer. All the alt manufacturer recipes I've seen so far look fucking awful. Heavy modular frames, alt looks ridiculously stupid. I have no idea what you are. What are you? You're the rips. Okay. You're alternate rips? No, that's right. You're not alternate rips. Because the ratios worked out better with default rips, I'm pretty sure. I think these are just normal rips. I'm gonna double check though. Yeah, it's just normal rips at 160. And then, yeah, here's the ripple. Plates 107, plates 107, screws 10, alt screws 107, alt screws 107. Okay. That's where I have to 7 everything. Because those go in evenly, but if I want to produce a human amount, a usable amount of thingies. Okay, regular rips, 2-celled at 160. Plates at, with a cell at 107. I'm worried I'm a little concerned with all the extra floors. I may have a problem with power cells. Because each of these floors takes quite a few power cells. Alt screws just skips turning them into rods. It's pure convenience. It's a straight upgrade. It's the only one I know of that is a complete whole upgrade. It has no downside at all. Okay. It's a floor. It's a floor. No, it's a comm belt stat. No, wouldn't take a comm belt. He wanted a strength belt. Iron wire? Iron wire is not a straight upgrade. Iron wire completely, it literally makes it out of a different material. Iron wire completely changes how the thing works. Like if you're running a thing that already is using a ton or an even amount of iron, then you get worse with iron wire. It's just a different resource. If you enjoy literally not ever having to use copper ever again, then I guess iron wire is a straight upgrade. I, for one, enjoy completely ignoring the fact that copper is in the game. Not super familiar, but could we overclock just a couple of them and leave the others 100? Then everything has to be buffered all the time. We could, but if we do that, nothing gets even feeds. If we have 2... Originally, this plan was not built around having 5 copies of this floor, so it's going to use a lot less cells. But 2 of them, I really wish you would just align the wall with the wall below or next to you, and not make me stop and make sure every one of them is placed correctly. Thank you. And that takes a big buffer. Please, just align walls next to you. Don't know exactly how these go. There's some divine design going on here. I'm just gonna put down all these walls and I'll flip them from the outside if I need to, which I probably do. Is rebar in. Rebar in. Oop. And metal plates. The car. Because we brought a ship.
Welcome, Squidling, to the Squiddy Pool.
Brought an actual whole ass shitload.
I swear I just hit this button,
right,
but...
Sweden, you probably did. The resub system has been utterly and completely broken since the move to total instead of streak. 28 months. You with the shiniest squiddling. Thank you for the over 2 years. Even if you already had that, doesn't matter to me. Still a resub button. Still counts. Alt recipe iron ingot's the best one in the game. Alt recipe iron ingot is super amazing. Will you just hull move? Thank you. Is super fucking amazing after you already have iron wire. Because once you have iron wire, alt recipe iron ingot means that all copper nodes can just be press ganged into additional iron production, and you never use copper again. Your copper is just more iron, and then you make all the copper stuff out of iron, because copper literally only makes, well, unless tier 7 screwballs, it only makes copper wire. So the fact that you can make copper wire out of iron means you can remove it from your plants entirely. It's nice. I like that. I like less steps. I'm procrastinating on having to set up the inputs because it's gonna make baby Jesus cry. I'm really not excited to set up the inputs. I'm like so inconceivably not happy about having to set up the inputs. The alt recipe for steel ingots that exchanges iron ore for iron ingots. That's cool because that's good if you get it while you're trying to make steel for the first time. Because if you get that when you're trying to originally make steel, it lets you just slap steel onto the plants you already have and not have to tear apart everything because it needs ore. Also, I'm pretty sure it's made in an assembler and you don't have to use foundries, but I might be wrong on that. I fucked with it for like 2 seconds. But I basically already had steel going in a whole new place, so it didn't actually help out with me. But still, the point is, the origin of this entire conversation is, as far as I know, the only hard drive unlock recipe that is a straight upgrade is iron ingots to screws. That is just a pure improvement. Just means it's one less step. One less step you gotta do. Okay, let's cement out of the car. Let's have cement in the car. Oh boy. No, the other ones are material efficiency. Yeah, I think they all improve the ratio at which you're turning over resources. Or replace a resource with another resource, or sometimes both. It depends. They do all kinds of weird things. That's why I had to bring the Explorer, by the way, in case anyone was curious. I did actually have to bring the Explorer. I had to. Alright. There's one extra story. 2 to go. This factory is gonna be fucking huge! Continue. Also really like reinforced iron plate alt that uses iron plates and copper wire. Of all the with all the various reinforced iron plate ones, because there's literally 3 I think for reinforced iron plates, it really depends on what you're doing with them. Because I have that, but for this factory specifically, it was actually better for me to use the default recipe because the ratio went in more evenly. I would have had to do a bunch of really weird shit if I was to use the stitched iron plates. And also stitched iron plates, again, is a recipe that gets exponentially better. Forward. It gets exponentially better once you have access to iron wire. That's too far back. The first one's the bitch, because I had nothing to go off of with my own eyes, and since I'm standing on the ground, it's really hard to gauge. Too far back. Come on. Come on, eyeballs. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Come fade to my lizards. I just got done removing nearly 4-inch grasshopper from my sis's room. That was a pretty fucking large grasshopper. I had a really weird nightmare last night involving strangely large insects. That's probably one of my biggest problems with sleeping. And it's like the dumbest, most fucking infantile problem to talk about, I swear to God. But I have a huge problem with getting woken up by nightmares. It happens almost at least once per night. And then I wake up and have to go back to sleep, and it's a huge fucking pain in the ass. I have no fucking idea what you do about that necessarily. If there's even a solution other than just be sad forever. No amount of sleep study is gonna help out and be like, well, you woke up because you fucking literally constantly have nightmares. Okay, I'm aware of that, but such is life. A small price to pay for the powers Cthulhu has granted you. And up here. There. Now I can just start spitting this because I just built one. So I can just fucking spew down the vast majority of this. I know how it goes. Largely, we just did it. Night terrors are think it's plague a significant adult population. It is pretty fucking annoying. It's an annoying problem to have because it's one of those like, what do you do? It's not like you have a consistent. It's not like it's a consistent nightmare or anything. It's just like completely fucking random. It's like, what do you even do? Just be sad? That's honestly worse than the apnea thing. The apnea thing is annoying. Well, the assumed apnea, I don't know. I haven't got my sleep study results back yet. The assumed apnea thing is annoying because it constantly kind of wakes you up, but not really. You don't wake all the way up. Your brain's just like, hey, we're choking to death. And so it has to wake up for a second to address the fact that you're choking to death. But nightmares, like, night terrors wake you up all the way entirely, and you basically have to, from square one, reset and go back to sleep. And I take forever to fall asleep, man. I take so long. I have the perfect fucking storm of sleeping like a dumpster. I take forever to fall asleep, based on the things I learned at this here sleep study. Again, I don't have the results from this yet, but I'm pretty consistent with the symptoms of some severity of sleep apnea. And then on top of that, I have these fucking night terrors constantly. So combine that with I already suck at falling asleep. And I have to start basically over from falling asleep at least once pretty much every night. It takes me like fucking 30 minutes to an hour to fall asleep. Apparently that's not normal. I thought that was just a thing that happened until I met Bryn, whose face touches the pillow and she's unconscious instantly. Like, which is apparently what normal people do. Is you touch the pillow and you fucking die. Doesn't look centered to me. You would eat this way. Eek. And we'll go ahead and just put another 3 lift here. Stop. Put my wall down. See, once I spit this down once today, I'm pretty much good to go. Which is why I really want to at least, I'm not going to power or code all these engines. Those various machines. I'm just going to try to get all of them down while I still have the memory in my head of how to build this. My mom suggested I try reading before bed to fall asleep one time. Next thing I knew, it was 8 a.m. when I finished a Harry Potter book. How'd that work out? The footies are supposed to be past the stripes. And I haven't read a book, so... Okay, that's a lie, actually. I was gonna say... I haven't read a book since I was in school and they made me. But I actually spend a pretty fucking big portion of my time reading books. It's just Pathfinder. I actually know most of these off the top of my head. I can do most of these without having to go down and look again. See, that's what I gotta go. I gotta get trucking while I have this schematic loaded into my brain. While I know exactly what it is I'm doing. And I can just fucking slap numbers on all these machines. Goes 160. This goes iron wire at 83. This is cable at 93. This is cable at 93. This is everything with the manufacturer. All I need now is the manufacturer. Yeah, I just fucking... There's the next floor. I know what I'm doing now. I know what I'm doing. I have the schematic is downloaded. I downloaded it in my brain. Now I just gotta spit them out as fast as possible. I remember exactly where this goes. It's certainly too far left. And I feel like it's too far forward. There? Too far right. Okay, so the nearest inlet should be one off of aligned with the grid. That's perfect. Yeah, it's good placement. That's good this direction. Downloaded. Downloaded, chat. It's fucking downloaded. My giant brain has figured out what it is we're doing. This goes on this division. And it goes here to here, here to here. This takes a 90-degree turn here. I have to make sure we'll connect, but I'm not connecting. Here. Beep bop, beep boop. Look at this. Look at my giant fucking brain, chat. I think that's too far forward. We're good. I don't need another post on the ground. That'll do that automatically. Also, it's definitely not supposed to be too high. That's probably why there's a post on the ground. No, it still works. Downloaded. Got it. Floor duplicated. Crystal oscillator. Power cell. 7%. Okay, that's the whole floor. See you later, hotcakes, BT. Appreciate you stopping by, my dude. I don't think I plugged these in on the floor below this. Probably should have. Kind of trying to get all my outlets plugged in. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Gotta sacrifice my soul to work for some hours. Oof. I'm legitimately concerned that with how tall this building's getting, we may actually hit a wire is too long from verticality, and I really hope we don't, because I'm not entirely positive how I'm gonna deal with that if that comes up. One more, right? Oop. Downloaded. How fast was that floor compared to the previous floor, chat? Because I think it was pretty fucking fast. Oh, we just have... See, this is my worry. This is the shit that scares me. Putting together a 6-story factory, running around in a blind panic because something is wired up wrong, and it's just fucking satisfactorying. I really hope nothing satisfactories when I start. Because I feel like it should, by and large, all be correct. Oh, I know I did make a mistake here, though. This needs to be Mark III, because that's carrying 180 screws. Yep, that needs to be a Mark III. Caught that, though. Everything else Mark II is fine. There are no other large quantities being transported. All right, up we go. Let's see if we can finish this shit off before Pathfinder. Really want to get this last copy of this story done pre-Pathfinder. Or I'm gonna have to re-download this fucking schematic. So I'm not even gonna build walls. Not even doing walls right now. Just make another floor. I also don't know that I have the concrete and metal plates to wall this whole thing in right now. It's more important to me that I get the floor down. The floor here very much needs to be made of floor. Floor, floor, floor. Wait a minute. Balloons 1. I think that's one of the new status effects in Pathfinder 2nd Edition is balloons. You wouldn't download a floor. Speedrunning computer factory. I need to be on top of this manufacturer. There we go. Bitch, I would download literally anything. Man, I love that. God. I feel like, Mancha, we're getting to the point in history where it's entirely possible that people don't actually understand that reference. I base that concern on the Steve Irwin conversation. A lot of people might just know it as a meme, and possibly not even that. That may be too old for a lot of our audience. You wouldn't download a blank. But man, for those of you who do know what that refers to, that was one of the greatest fundamental misunderstandings of an audience I think has ever existed. You wouldn't download a car. Are you sure about that? But how much money would you like to bet on that statement? You wouldn't download a house. Yeah, I fucking would, you idiot. Like, holy God. The fundamental misunderstanding of the mindset. I would download a car schematic and 3D print the shit out of a car. Are you kidding me? Too far back. Here we go again. Fucking up this part repeatedly. Come on, constructor. Come on. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Metal plates overclocked 7. Metal plates overclocked 7. All metal screws overclocked 7. All metal screws overclocked 7. And I got Borderlands where you download a car. It was anti-piracy, yeah. It was really old, like, LimeWire age anti-piracy ads. Ah, shit. Cables. Not today, Satan. Not today. This is why I bring a fuckload of wire. Also, because wire gets used sometimes. Not today, Satan. You wouldn't download a girlfriend. Bro, the age of the sex bots is coming. In every sense of the word. Every now and then you see something, either like in the generally like robotics or VR department, where you realize, holy shit, We are actually not far from a lot of this sci-fi shit. We are not. And with the speed technology moves, we may live to see a lot of it. What's up, Bernhard? How you doing? Holy shit, it's the future. We're doing it. Ah, fuck, I'm stupid. We're futuring, boys. You cyber... I don't know, not quite cyberpunk, but we are a lot closer to the... Oh, this is a 3. We're a lot closer... Help! We're a lot closer to the shitty parts of cyberpunk. You know, where there just isn't a government and corporations control everything. We stop pretending we're a democracy. We're a lot closer to the shitty parts. We stop pretending we have votes that matter or any say in what happens in our country. That's 1, 2, 4 forward. Okay. This one's the only one I'm having difficulty doing blind. This one constructor always ends up slightly off from where it's supposed to be. Okay, do that. Splitter. Boop, boop, do that. Belt. Oh, I put that backwards. In the right place, just backwards. Boop, boop. Splitter. Belt. Constructor. Feed me. Second constructor. Fair pull. Belt. Why? Belt. 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 You are iron wire running at 83. Turns out by the 5th copy of the floor, you pretty much have it figured out. You are cable running at 93. You are cable running at 93. See if we can one-shot the manufacturer. Probably not. Over here, we have our constructinator. There. You are quartz crystals. Overclocked. 33. Did I turn you on? No, you are rips. Double overclocked. 160. Oh, baby, we're doing it. I guess technically this one can just be a conveyor pull. We're kind of, this is the top. We're sort of done at this point. That's kind of it. That one can just be a conveyor pull. Logisticals. Connect that bitch up there. Give me a wall. Oh, yeah, look at this. And I fucking lagged. I swear to God, the frame drops happen when you press jump very frequently. Like, frequently enough that it makes me wonder if the game has difficulty computing what's supposed to happen when you jump sometimes. It's very, very regularly on a jump. Okay. Lift the conveyor pulls, but not splitters. Well, the lift does go to splitters. You just have to put a platform down to put the splitters on first. This building is fucking huge. Oh my God, this factory is fuck huge. Jesus Christ. What have we done? Well, if I wanted relative simplicity, we could just make this a 10 crystal oscillators per minute factory and not put the top on it. Because right now, as of... right now... Ah, 1 too far forward. I thought I fucking had him. Damn it. This round, you fucking piece of shit. Tiny dick having ass. There. There we go. This is now a 10 crystal oscillators per minute factory. That's what this currently does. Definitely other things it is supposed to be doing that are useful. At the moment, it's a 10 crystal oscillator per minute factory. Here we go. Give the space to make a supercomputer factory next door. Bruh, I don't have the space for shit. That's why this factory goes as straight up as it does. There's no space here. That is the one real downside of this zone. There is no room for activities. None whatsoever. This place is, it gives you literally everything for the trade-off that you are on a tiny cliff, somehow surrounded by other larger cliffs. So realistically, you can make pretty much anything work. If we're gonna build the supercomputer factory, that's the end times. That's not a window. The supercomputer factory is the end times. If we're at that point, I'll just build it off of my warehouse. Because that's gonna need everything. At that point, I will have everything going into my warehouse, and I'll know the rates at which they're coming in from these deliveries, and I'll be able to hook up conveyors leading out of the backside into a factory that are taking equal to or less than what's being delivered. Here's the $1 million question. Please. I knew it was gonna happen, but I'm still sad. I knew it was gonna happen, but I'm still sad. It's encroaching on one of the billion things below me. Honestly, not positive what. Honestly, I couldn't fucking tell you what this is encroaching on. Is it these walls? I have no idea why. Easy. I guess it's very slightly clipping on that wall. Getting up to the top floor isn't be a huge bitch, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. Not right now, though. Okay. What the hell was that? The abomination I just saw flash upon my screen. You made me see with my eyes. Will you? Fuck. Damn it. Piss sticks. All right. I can fix that. This is a problem for future Squid. Exactly. This is a problem for later. Alright, take this. Give me you. You. Into you. Into you. Into you. Into you. You go to here. You into you. You. To you. To you. To you. To you. And to you. Copy pasted. All right. Copy paste successful. There is one final challenge that awaits us. One final hurdle we must overcome to attain mastery. And that's that this is what we got here. Definitely just a crystal oscillator factory. We need a computer factory. Which means, oops, for my last trick, we have to go even further beyond. And this floor is different. This floor is not the same as the previous floors. This is the floor that is going to take the plastic shipping up from fucking Nutter Butter Town. Actually, you can see it. This has gotten so tall that you can see it in the distance. Look. That's the plastic plant over there. The plastic that's coming from there has to come up to the top of this floor with, I believe, one more iron input, which is coming from that lift, which is almost certainly going to be much taller. And somehow, well, unclear at the moment on how we're going to manage this one. But hey, if we got this far, I'm sure we can do it. All 5 manufacturer outputs, including that one, have to go up to the 6th floor. Combine and split in 2. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take what we learned here from weird fucking ladder, and we're gonna do exactly the same thing here, except it's gonna be mergers. So each one's just gonna go up and merge with the previous output, and they're just gonna merge all the way up onto the top, and then head into one splitter, where they will feed into my 2 computer assemblers. This is a valuable lesson. This is a valuable lesson in vertical factories. A thing that runs holistically on buffers. Once this is all on, this is currently only fitting 1 because the rest of them are already backed up. I'm letting these run to fill buffers. Once it's all properly fucking buffered, can't even afford poverty. How much power will you need? A lot. Oh, a lot. A lot. But I currently face a greater foe. It's not about how much power I need. It's about how I not only duplicate this iron production and somehow feed it into all of those windows, because I don't duplicate it. It has to be time and a half. This is feeding 2 floors. I need to feed 3. 4. That's pretty clearly not gonna come from this smelter. I mean, it could. What I might have to do is redesign this entirely and use the mighty power of the ladder splitter on every one of these. Tear all of this down and basically have individual smelters or pairs of smelters feeding 1 row of windows. And each window is ladder splittered, just like the quartz is. There are 25 windows. Are they too close? Not if they're all going the same direction. I'm pretty sure I can fit splitter, lift this way, splitter, lift this way, splitter, lift this way. The question is, like, at the splitter level, am I going to be able to have the input and the output? And the answer is the output is just going to have to come out, away from the building. So instead of S-ing up the building, It's going to be left out, left out, left out. That should probably... Oh, we're not doing all this shit right now. Pathfinder's in 15 minutes. No, we're definitely not doing all this right now. Hell no. No, fuck no. This is a problem for future Squid. This is... This is tomorrow's stream. I shouldn't need a ton more resources beyond an absolutely obscene amount of concrete and metal plates. But, no, this is a problem for future Squid. That's as far as we're getting today. You can see the peak. The peak of humanity. This computer plant is going to... I need to put fuel in this. This computer plant is going to be truly fucking glorious. Videos we've been storing those since day one is safe. Then I also think... we have such a huge front/side of a factory. We're almost fucking required to draw some pixel art on this with a paint gun. Or at least write a message. But I don't know what. We have a huge fucking side of a massive building. I was gonna do this at a steel plant, but then I never cared enough because efficiency called to me. The message is fuck. I could probably write fuck this shit down the side of the building. It's probably big enough for that. Why has God forsaken me? That might be too long of a message. I don't know. That one might have to like wrap around the whole building. Kind of like spiraling downward. Trump Tower. IBM can go on the front, which is only 3 wide. But the side is 15 tall and 10 or 12 deep. It's not a huge grid, but it's a decent grid. We could probably draw something on. We can write IBM going down the front of the building, I'm pretty sure. If we incorporate all 6 floors, we could do that. Actually, it's going to be hard because they're all rectangular, right? They're not squares. Pixel art in Satisfactory is hard because the walls are wide. You see it from base? No, fuck, it's not that tall. No, it's not like... It's not like peeking up over the horizon huge. That's not it. That's the Caterium plant. It would be like back over that hill. Holy shit, is that it? That's the Caterium plant. Oh my god, I actually think that's it right there. The Caterium plant is right there on the left. There's the drop pod. Holy fuck, I think that's actually it. I think you can actually see it from base. For reference, it's... I think that's it, actually. Oh, dear God. Oh. We made a building. We made a big house. Actually, I'll probably do it this way. I need more concrete, so I'm gonna need more of. Alright, I'm out of everything. Let's go restock. The space penis fall into factories now? Fuck no, my dude. First of all, the space penis is both infinite and eternal. It goes to space. If you're counting where the restocking platform is, like counting from there, it's still really tall. Mostly because I put it on a mountain. If the space penis was on the ground... Maybe? Maybe. Give me 1 second. I'm opening up the call for the Pathfinder session. Posit this here. There we go. Let me switch my input back over. So, derp. I guess I'll wait till the party's here and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do. Pathfinder may be a little bit delayed because Derp doesn't seem like he's gonna be able to get off work till 8 or 8:30. And I don't know if we should just start trucking without him, or and let him jump in when he gets here. The Tuesday show at the moment is a shit fiesta because it's just kind of if everyone can make it. We're working on an actual schedule that people will be able to arrive to more than 40% of the time. Hello, whoever that is.
Hello.
Hello, Bread. So hot.
Oh no, are you very hot?
You should have. I guess they actually probably didn't have box fans or anything like that at that grocery store. It was just a grocery store.
We can go get some tomorrow.
We should probably go get a box fan.
Do you know it only costs $22 for 4 hours to get a carpet cleaner?
Yeah, it's super cheap. That was why I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
It really
well,
doesn't cost very much at all.
Yeah.
I'll bring the Explorer over here. I need to bring the Explorer out of here, or over here so I can reload it. There's just fucking truck nodes everywhere. I'm pretty sure at this point I can tell all the trucks to hide their pads, but I'm afraid to get in the trucks, because if I get in the trucks, their AI might break forever. Because of the last 2 times I got in a truck, one of them, the truck just drove off in a completely random direction and completely ignored its AI. So I'm afraid to touch the trucks. I don't want to break their routing. So I guess there's just blue arrows everywhere forever. But you can definitely tell it to hide that. Just looking at the chest. Open the... I have to look below it. Look at this. Look at the chest, drive. Look below it, workbench. Ah, I think they redid the model for this and didn't change where the interaction was for the thing. That's why I keep getting in the car trying to open the trunk. Because you don't look at the trunk. You look at the ground kind of next to the trunk. How much more do you need? 2 things of concrete. Can do. I've almost salvaged the computer factory, Bryn.
Oh, that's good. What happened to it?
So I thought 2 equaled 5.
Oh.
And
Well, I see your problem there.
yeah, it turned out that when I got the whole factory together and started seeing how it was going to work, that 2 actually didn't equal 5. And
Ah.
yeah, I had a lot of difficulty trying to convince 2 to equal 5. But nothing I did made 2 equal 5.
Well, I mean, if it's in a linear fashion, I guess.
It was definitely the cement that turned off. It's back on now. But the good news is it was pretty linear. All I had to do was turn the 2 into a 5. Stories of crystal oscillator production.
If you wait a long time while things are making, it'll eventually be 5. It just takes like a little over.
The problem is to unlock tier 7, we have 1,000 computers. So I was designing a factory that produced 10 computers per minute. That's still gonna take the better. I'm worried the steel is not refilling anymore. Chat, are these the same numbers as they were before? Where's the steel truck? Gotta wait for the steel truck to come in and make sure stuff is coming out of the steel truck and going into the storages. Because we had a big power drop not too long ago, and I'm really concerned the steel plant is for some reason not working.
So
but,
how long would it have taken?
Well, with my plant, it's going to take 100 minutes, so it's a little over an hour and a half at 10 computers per minute. This was only going to produce 4 computers per minute. It would have taken like 5 hours, which isn't like the end of the world. Like I could just go on an adventure and go find slugs for 1 entire stream while I just wait for computers to pile up.
Or you could build, something else.
Well, we're kind of stuck. We're sort of bottlenecked. Like, we have to unlock the new content now, which takes 1,000 computers. I don't think there's really... After a computer plant, we're going to be producing everything. There's really nothing else to get. I should probably unlock these various things, though. Alright, I didn't do this because it takes fucking actual steel. I got an alternate Nobelisk.
Well, I like your dedication for trying to get the one another time, the one you wanted.
I need to go grab 50 ingots, 100 iron, and 100 coal. Annoying pain in my ass. Yeah, we got none of that, do we? Nope. Okay. Although I do want to make a Nobelisk factory. That's the steel truck. Bill Truck, are you offloading properly? Yeah, it is. It's going. They just don't produce at a particularly high speed, but yeah, our steel plant's still doing all things steel. I gotta go on a fucking walk. You can do the rifle thingy. That's what the Nobelisk plant is for. Because that, I need like fucking 50 Nobelisks or something like that to do the next Nobelisk research. That's a lot. They're actually I am super out of power cells. We actually need to go on an adventure. I think after computer plant, the next goal is adventure. I have 6 power cells, and I haven't put together the top floor yet, which is going to take at least 4.
I feel like
I think only 4, because it's 2 100%. I'm going the wrong way. I'm so used to walking this fucking island. It's 2 100% overclocked, so 2 cell computer assemblers. That'll leave me with 2. I know the circuits are producing. The circuits are at normal. I'd have to go look at my highlight, or I had to go look at my VOD from the last time I played. If the iron wire producers are also overclocked, I may not even have enough power cells to finish this right now. I don't think they are. I think they're slightly under. Aren't power cells one of the few resources that are technically finite? Power cells, Mercer spheres, and Sommer sloop are finite resources because you have to find them in the world. And they don't respawn. There's only so many of them. I think leaves and wood are legally finite because trees and bushes don't respawn.
Well, they do.
Do they?
Yeah. Because like, or I don't know if it's just when I go back on, but I'll
And
be
like nuts and berries don't regrow either. So like,
and things will grow back into buildings sometimes.
yeah, but that's a bug when that happens. Because one of the things in the patch note from yesterday was boulders that you blow up shouldn't respawn anymore. Like when that happens, it's a glitch. That's not supposed to happen.
I don't know. I still think plants come back after
That's
a while.
I'm not sure. But even if they are legally finite, the world is so damn big. There's basically infinity of them. Sommer sloop, Mercer spheres, and power cells are the realistically finite resources. There is an amount of them. Still pretty large because the world's huge. But there is an amount. I haven't been up here in like 10 years and this berry's still gone. I don't know if these respawn. Are you full? Can I just, yeah, because this is still backed up forever. I can just take 100 coal out of you. Boop, thank you. Way back. Need 100 coal and I need 50 steel ingots. Which hopefully, a foundry, one of them has one for me. Chipping coal. I'll take another 100 from here on the off chance. Yeah, that's like a 1% inefficiency here. Alright, that's fine. That can stay, I guess. These are probably both of like 1% inefficiencies. That just is what it is. Go down there and hope. This limestone's backed up to fuck because it's like at this point there's gonna be a lot of buffers because of 1% inefficiencies. This factory's been here long enough to fill up machines on a 1% error. And since clocking has to be whole numbers, that just has to happen. But it's not actually as bad as it looks. But that's also because of the power fluctuations. You can't keep perfectly even power past like steel in this game. Because then you start having to fuck with clocks. I don't think either of you are producing enough to give excess. You're not. You guys are all pretty much going exactly how you're supposed to. Well, poopy poop. Okay. Am I gonna get excess steel beams? I guess I'm just gonna have to go punch more coal and then craft them by hand. Kinda it, isn't it? I don't have excess ingots anywhere. So, I put the thing on the Discord, obviously, because Bryn joined. So I imagine Nick and Jen will probably both be here soonish.
Probably.
Then we can figure out what we want to do. You can grab 50 off the belt. fact that that belt isn't backed up means that the 1% inefficiency is down, not up. So that's going to cause stalls and delays. And possibly throw off other ratios. I mean, at the end of the day, it wouldn't super matter, because as long as your ratios are alright, things will just back up a little bit while it's waiting for more juice. This computer plant's ridiculous, Brent. It's so freaking huge.
Does seem rather large. This is true.
The good news is since we just put an arbitrary amount of literally fuck whatever into power, we're good. Steel ingot is 3 coal to 2 ingots. 100 will make me 50 ingots, yes. Okay, that's fine. 100 will make me 66 ingots, actually. Because I'll get 33 crafts. Good. Good. And I have auto miners on the iron back in my place. I just had to run to where the coal lives. But we have a sulfur node down near the computer plant. And I don't want to tap all of this iron. Because the next thing to figure out is a Nobelisk factory. A, so that we can always carry whatever the highest stack of Nobelisks is on us at all times. For rock blowing up reasons. And then 2, let's grab 100 out of this. This looks like the 1% is high. Because look, 144. 42.
See, you could have made a Nobelist
84.
factory well with computers.
84. 94. 114. Oh, this is actually turned up way too high. Should be 114. 144. Ah, I dyslexic that one. This one was just outright dyslexia.
I had the extra bowl of mac and cheese and it was fantastic. The not spicy one.
Yeah, so... so you know how Bren ditched me in New Mexico for like a year?
Uh-huh.
Since I was single again for the entirety of the summer.
He was staying at basically a resort location against his will for like all of summer, all by himself. It was just, I feel bad.
I had to get used to that bachelor life again. Making myself all my own food alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually got so used to how I make mac and cheese. Sexist input even negatively affected power waste. Anyway, I got so used to how I make mac and cheese, which I mix a bunch of cayenne pepper in with that shit because it's delicious. That I was making dinner last night for me and Bren because Bren finally came back and decided that she was, at least for the moment, bored of wandering around alone and could tolerate having a boyfriend again for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. Grew tired of being single again.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm bored. We'll go hang out with Squitters for at least a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just fucking dumped cayenne pepper in the mac and cheese just automatically, not even thinking about it. Bryn fucking hates spicy food. So the whole point was I was trying to make dinner for us and I completely fucked it up. Completely fucked it up. So I had to remake dinner again.
It was delicious though.
So now we have a shitload of leftover mac and cheese because I made 2 people's worth of mac and cheese that only 1 people can eat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But the second thing of mac and cheese was awesome. I just had the leftovers and it was super delicious.
And I need 100 iron from the auto miner because the other one was 100 iron, 100 coal. Borrow. Thank you. If I ever need to rebuild a steel plant, this will help. Yep, and then maybe that. And then I have an alternate steel ingot. Got a lot of steel alternates, actually. And then alternate Nobelisk needs 50 black powder. We'll get to that. Seriously, Squid, Shaw hates spicy too. Me and you go hang out, Shaw and Bring hang out. It works perfectly. Boom! Got him. Me and you will go eat people food. And they'll, like, complain about how spicy ranch dressing is together.
Well, I felt really bad because my dad, there's a really good Mexican place up in Colorado, and he got us some tacos. But he got me with really spicy salsa, and I felt bad, so I ate it, and it was delicious. But then immediately was like the most upset stomach of anybody for the whole like next 2 days.
Fuck you, Nintendo. You're not my dad. I'll stop playing when I want to stop playing.
Wait, what happened?
The game just put up a warning. You've been playing Satisfactory for 2 hours. Fixit wants to remind you about its newest entertainment application, Lizard Dog Go.
You did do outside stuff a lot today, so you
That
should
is
tell
actually, yeah, Kenzo, that's a problem indeed. If I was jumping off of something and that popped up, I would definitely die because the game was certainly still running in the background. I went so much outside today. We went out to the barn, and then we went to the grocery store. And we went back to the barn. Then we came home. Actually, like right before stream. God damn it, I fucking hate these stairs. These like spiral staircases
Why
need
don't you just put the ladders? The ladders are so much easier.
No, because it's stupid.
The stairs
like-
are stupid.
Stairs are stupid, but okay, I need to expand both of these. It is time. Each of you will receive 1 additional industrial storage container. Oh, they already had a second, actually. We were beyond fine. I thought they only had 1. Oh, whatever. Now we're beyond fine. Second story of the warehouse is going along well. So sulfur, as far as I can tell, is pretty much just black powder and nobelisks, right? That might be these two. These two might be black powder and nobelisks, because I feel like crystal is going to do more things. This is already a programmable splitter, right? Cool. Please hold. Circuit board. Computer. Encased industrial beam. Fuel. Heavy modular frame. Motor. Probably Nobelisk. Probably black powder. Plastic. Rubber. Oh, that's it, actually. Alrighty, so that puts all the things that are on the second floor into the lift that goes to the second floor. And then the right output will be any for now. And that lift will go to the third floor of the storage. And the first couple things it's going to be is quartz crystal and crystal oscillators and whatever else crystal ends up making, and then probably also whatever we get in tier 7 aluminum business. Can you imagine being so bored and just getting mass-produced rebar guns? You can't. Like, am I wrong? You can't manufacture things you have to make in the equipment workshop. I'm pretty sure this little list of things are the things that have to be handmade. Oh, shit. No, maybe not all of them. Like, I didn't think you could mass-produce beacons and portable miners and stuff. Let me look, because a portable miner would be in a manufacturer. So let me put down, because it's 3 parts. Okay, some of them you can, some of them you can't. It's like, it's iffy. You can't manufacture portable miners. You can manufacture beacons and nobelisks, which means we will need a secondary steel plant and also a beacon manufacturer. Ooh. Ooh. Manufacturing nobelisks is going to be interesting. It needs steel, It needs sulfur. It needs beacons, which itself has to be made in the manufacturer with admittedly incredibly simple parts. That's going to be an interesting boy, because the beacon factory is going to have to be like a floor unto itself. Beacons are 1-to-1 to Nobelisks, and then we'll also need a steel foundry to produce the pipes. Black powder, please just be sulfur. It's not. Oh, and this needs raw coal! Oh, this is gonna be an interesting conundrum! I need a steel factory, and I also need raw coal in addition to that. With sulfur for the fucking... Ooh. Ooh, a Nobelisk plant's gonna be really interesting. We're going to exploring for slugs, waiting for computers, but I think a Nobelisk plant is next on the list of things I want to do, because I have 4. I would like to, at very least, craft several more of those. The coal needing is a poo-poo pain. We have a pretty decent amount of just random sulfur in here. 50 coal. It's not coal fucking anywhere. I need 50 coal, and I have none. $50 coal, and I could make 50 black powders, which would make 10 Nobelisks. Alright, I can do that. We'll do that right now. Because I want to be able to blow shit up while I'm going on a big adventure. I don't want to get stuck behind the wall again. I want to make shit explode. Explosions are cool. That Nobelist factory is going to be real interesting. We also have to find aluminum. Aluminum is a part of the tech tree now. It does stuff, but we haven't found any in this save yet. It's how we were with Caterium originally. We can't even begin to investigate aluminum until we just happen to find it, because I'm pretty sure it's an optional, like Caterium, quartz, and sulfur. I don't think it's main production. I think the main on tier 7 is just uranium. It's nuclear processing. Damn it, Bryn shut up. You know, the whole chat's talking about horses. I got horsed. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I was very stuck in a rock for a moment. Where are Nick and Jen? Where did Bryn go?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh,
I was just eating Doritos, so it's very crunchy.
Okay, fair enough. We have only Bryn.
I don't know what happened to the other people.
Nick and Jen were just talking in Discord about it already like an hour ago.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of horses like laser therapy, though.
Wait, Bryn Finder. Hey, don't talk in my chat. Talk to my chat.
Yeah, well, I don't want to, like, interrupt. Like, what the heck?
I'm just fucking... I'm literally running back and forth to my various factories trying to collect piles of garbage while I just kind of delay here. Because I really don't want to put all the iron and start putting the inputs onto my factory. That's going to be a pain in the ass. And I'm already not excited at all about doing that. Thank. I should grab 50 more while I'm here.
You should grab a lot more while you're there.
Well, I can't imagine, because I'm gonna have...
never imagine. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, once we have the Noblest factory going...
100. You're going back anyways. You have a trunk.
Yes, yeah. It just hits me when it's needed for weird shit, like alternate recipes, and it's like, to unlock this, put 100 coal in the thing. Like, I don't have raw fucking coal. Who has raw coal? Yeah, I should bring a decent amount then. Gib. Gib to me. Bryn got this new horse not too long ago, and I'm pretty sure he's just a dog that somehow got reincarnated by accident as the wrong animal.
Mm-hmm. And he's kind of a bit slow on the learning side too, so... I mean, dogs are big though, so I don't know, maybe... I don't know.
I'm concerned that if this horse was left to his own devices, just like around, he would be a legitimate danger to people from trying to sit in their lap and breaking their legs.
Yeah, he's kind of poorly trained. We just imported him.
The
like,
lack of understanding that he is 2,000 fucking pounds.
Well, yeah, so we imported him 6 weeks ago, and they have just a way different way of handling horses in Europe. And so my dad was trying to walk him, and he doesn't wear boots. Like, I wear boots, and Umberto wears boots, so we're all our ankles are relatively safe from getting stepped on. And this horse will, like, try and climb on top of you just to get pet all the time. And I'm like, get off of me, you stupid horse!
We were literally walking with him. He's like, hey, fucking put his head on your shoulder and like try to like push you over, not because he's being mean, but because he wants hugs. Like,
yeah. So every time he's walking and he's walking next to me, and he gets too close, I'll take the little lead rope and just like tap him on the chest. I'm like, back up, go away, go
Get a
away. And he
fucking
gets
cattle
so
prod.
offended. He's like, excuse me. He's like, you are a horrible person.
he just wants hugs. That's literally all he wants all the time, is to be hugged.
He gets so offended. But he loves AJ.
If you walk near his stall, you will have horse on you. He will stick as far as physically possible out of stall to touch you with as much of his face as he physically can.
Yeah.
And I
And
don't
we're-
know, he likes AJ counts as a thing. He likes literally any human.
You're the only one that thinks it's really funny.
Well, yeah, because I don't have to work with him, so it's not annoying for me. It's just hilarious that you have a horse that just wants to be pet all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and a lot of my other horses are pretty head shy, so that one works out great. That you just like.
Yeah, the rest of your horses are basically cats, and you try to pet them and their neck just becomes 8 times longer as their head just extends however far you can reach and then slightly further. Except
I've got-
Cesaro, who will eat you.
Got two
But
dogs. Yeah, he may or may not eat you. Not in a mean way. In a he may or may not eat you by accident, because he's playing with you.
I like Cesaro. He's so bitey.
He's so bitey.
He's so fucking bitey.
Umberto wants me to get like a stallion. It's like a bucket that you basically strap onto their head. It's like a muzzle.
Yeah, the horse muzzle so he can't eat you.
But he's so funny. He's not a bad horse. He just plays very aggressively sometimes.
He's not a bad horse. He just tries to eat you.
Exactly. But he makes up for it because he wins a lot of money. So I'm like, he can get away with a lot more than some of the other horses.
You could be a dumbass that tries to eat you.
He can get away with it. If you're good at what you do, you can do anything. You can be a derpy horse.
Cesaro is my favorite because he was fucking hilarious, but I think Clifford's my favorite just because I've never had a horse try to constantly hug every human that gets anywhere near him. That was not a feature I mentally associated with horse.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of work with him when we get home to Florida.
Right. How high do Nobelisks stack, and is it 10? No, okay, they go a ways. Hell yeah. Alright, I have 14 bombs now. I'm ready to go blow shit up. I don't know what kind of shit, but that's relevant. I have a bomb. I can blow up pretty much anything.
Test. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, there we go. I was literally tabbing over to Discord to post in the chat and be like, did you guys die?
Sorry, just trying to make this, I've just got 2 computers to set up now.
Oh, well, the good news is this will all be significantly easier when the extent of your preparation is to show up at my house. And I will hand you all of the things that you need.
It'll be glorious.
Oh, which reminds me, now that I found a microphone that is pretty good, which I still need to do a test stream with, I just don't want to because everyone's going to bitch constantly because it's not a Yeti. It's not a full body dynamic fucking microphone that can actively adjust itself. It is not going to be as good. It is this, but it is significantly better than the previous one.
I mean, you sound fine to me.
Well, that's because this is the Yeti.
Oh.
I have to do a test stream with it, and I don't want to, so I haven't yet.
Ah, I gotcha.
Because I got to figure out what all I'm going to have to do for volume and whatnot on stream. How much do horses sell for? Fucking literally any number between 0 and 10 million.
Any number. I don't know. There was a horse that sold a couple months ago for 14 million.
Okay, any number between 0 and 100 million. It depends entirely on how much people are willing to pay for the horse. There are also definitely horses people literally have difficulty getting rid of. So
Yeah. Some horses you just can't even give away.
I'm
Like,
not
there's
sarcastic about 0 to 100 million. I am serious about 0 to 100 million.
Glue factory.
Yep. Some of them you just can't even. You have to pay for people to take them.
All right, so I assume Jen is a coming.
Jen is indeed. I'm trying to get her computer to launch Zoom meeting, but it's Lenovo. So in addition to it's basically spending all its system resources stealing your data. So.
Oh, fair enough. Well, the good news is we have to wait a bit for Derp anyway, and I was going to ask once we had everyone if we wanted to just go and let him join in or wait until he's here and then start, because he isn't going to be able to get off of work for another 40 minutes to an hour-ish.
Okay, I need to mute real quick. I'll be right. I'm still listening.
Okay, I mean, that was it. I was done. that was the whole thing. Right, so
Okay, perfect. So now that should good. No echo. Not to worry about that. We have the webcam is up and running, and that's working.
That was pretty hilarious the first time you had both computers.
yeah, Elmer's glue to $100 million. Yep, there you go. That's the price range of a horse.
Well, a lot of people think they'll take free horses until they realize that even getting a horse off a trailer is like $2,000.
They eat a lot too.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
eat
I mean,
so
keeping a horse
much.
is not free, but if there are people out there who want to live their lifelong dream of having a fucking pony, there are absolutely free horses that you can get a hold of. Like, getting them to you and keeping them is definitely very far from free, but there are absolutely free horses. And, like, the glue factory is technically a real thing, but the problem with the glue factory, as I understand it, is the cost of getting a horse to the glue factory is less than the glue factory will pay you. So it's generally not worth it.
Yeah, well, and normally horses that are around.
That might.
Can I 1,000 this yet?
Say what?
Can you guys hear me okay? Because you sound like you're breaking up. It might be my connection though.
I think you did kind of break for a second, because I feel like the first time you tried to ask that, you cut out.
Okay.
But I can mostly hear you okay.
Oh, that's good. All right. All right. I'm going to go and get Jen. Should be right back.
I thought I work with, so they try their hardest to keel over. Yeah, keeping horses alive is an incredible challenge, apparently.
It is super difficult.
Because it seems like, from what I understand, all horses want in their life is to stop being alive. And they will try as hard as physically possible to die.
Our main horse.
And they're very good at it.
Yeah, we were showing for 7 weeks in Colorado. We're like, let's do this whole thing. Let's drive all the way out to Colorado. It's going to be a 28-hour drive. And then we got there, and the horse was three-legged, lame. It wouldn't put its foot down, and it had one of the nails of its shoes was a little bit too close to the sole of its foot. And then it got infected, so it was basically out for 3 weeks. It was horrible. It's just the stupidest thing. The stupidest, and the horse wouldn't even walk. It was like, I'm dying. I'm like, you're fine. It was like, I'm dying. Like, okay, well.
Like, what are you gonna do? Force the 3,000-pound animal to walk?
I guess if you think so, I guess that's just how it's gonna be.
All right, I have to do all these individually. All right, so now the tier 7 and 8 imitator only needs computers. It has 1,000 motors. It has 1,000 every modular frames. It just needs 1,000 computers. We're working on, and it's a huge pain in my ass.
Yeah, it was a hot nail, and then it abscessed. But abscess normally it it's like cysts or something. So once it pops or once it drains, there's nothing that is there. There's really no issue, and it's not sore anymore because there's no fluid in it to make it sore. And this horse was like,
This is a conversation I enjoy.
oh yeah, do you want to hear lots about all the medical issues that I have to deal
I
with?
think it's generally okay.
Are you sure?
Pretty
Because
sure,
I've got
yeah.
a lot that require needles.
No, I'm good.
Well, at least you don't need needles to drain abscesses. You just cut like
Yeah, you just
enough
need
of the foot away.
literally any sharp object, yeah.
Well, no, you don't. Yeah, it's a hoof, so you just shave off the
I
hoof
guess.
until you get to where the abscess
A
is.
belt sander, then.
Oh, it's kitty time.
Oh,
Time.
It's kitten time.
oh. They can't see the kitten, and the kitten doesn't make sounds. But fair enough, it's kitten time. Alright,
I suppose.
King hates the Explorer. Are you serious, Car? This is the way you act in public?
That work? There's a little bit of blue there. Let's see if we can make use of you.
Alright, so here's the thoughts. Derp isn't gonna be here for another 30 minutes to an hour because he got very stuck at work. I also noticed the car has health now. I just noticed that. Did the car always have health?
The car?
I'm concerned about the fact that the car has health. Anyway, we can either start and he can jump in whenever he gets here, which is the only problem with that is the reordering of the face cams. We can just stop for a minute, have a bunch of people flip the cameras off and back on and get us all back in the general right order. Or we can chill for a minute until he gets here. Up to you guys. I feel like where we're at, knowing like future, because I am a wizard, I should have brought more fucking concrete and metal plates, damn it. I don't think it'd be a huge problem to run for a little bit without him. I can do just what I did with Jen last week and NPC him, and since he basically just runs at things and hits them, I don't have to worry about any resources. I think I used a grand total of your potion and one more of your spells last week, Jen.
That's okay.
Over
I
the whole
forgive
time we
you.
were
It
playing.
kept us alive, though.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
nobody
Sort of.
died. I mean, Tyrim almost died again because he's great at that.
He is really good at that, and I like him because he does that so I don't have to.
And I don't even feel bad because it was like the most his own fault anything has ever been.
Didn't have to either. It's not like he did it so you didn't have to. He did it like and nobody else had to.
He did it for like the power of being inept.
Well, he did it for Gorham, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Nobody has to run forward and die, but that makes Gorham sad. I'm gonna run forward and someone's gonna die. It was him, but it could have been the other guy. It was physically possible that the other guy could
If
possibly.
we had
have
hit
been
him
the
at
fellow.
all, yeah, probably.
He did. He hit him once. He hit him once for like 90% of his health, and then nobody ever hit him ever again.
Yeah. I can't believe I lost a critical hit to that.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
like-
believe you fucking lost, I think, 4 consecutive hits to the blindness 50-50.
Ugh.
Like, that was
That
the
was-
bad times.
That was pretty sad.
Alright, let me drive my car back to base. And then, refill my inventory with iron plates and concrete. But tomorrow, I can actually finish the computer plant. We're gonna do it, chat. It's coming. The computer plant is almost ready. Yeah, it was like the level 1-est encounter I've ever seen. Which I know I said one of the encounters in the first session was the level 1-est encounter I ever saw, but it
But you got it.
absolutely got fucking one-up last week. Holy shit, that was the level 1-est encounter.
Well, no, I mean nobody even tripped on me, which is like really sad. I was really
Actually, someone almost did trip on
Yeah, you
you.
almost
but
hit never.
so it doesn't
Real
count.
close.
Where's my green?
You're green. I have it over here. You're welcome.
Alright, so I'm gonna grab a shitload of garbage, put it in my inventory, so I have it tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about what resources I need to bring back to the base with me.
We're not doing
I didn't know that he had dark vision. I just heard a lot of clanging and then people running, so I was like,
Yeah, I mean, that is fair. You had no idea he had dark vision. He definitely did, but you didn't know that. It's probably enough metal plates, but let's bring 2 more loads just to be sure. There's too many.
Car can carry an awful lot of cargo. It doesn't look like it can, but it seems to be able to.
This little car I drive around? It's totally full up. I have completely packed this thing with as much concrete and basic crafting materials as possible.
It's like one of those poor cars you see going down the road that's like off to an angle because someone sat on really heavy and it has really terrible springs.
You mean they
God.
shot him at a downward angle?
Turns out level 1 sucks, which is why you do nothing at level 1 in War for the Crown. Sir, that was one level 1 encounter in War for the Crown. And I'm pretty sure it consisted of Dara getting punched in the face, and that was basically as far as it went.
Yeah, well, you know, it had a good punch. I probably just got knocked out.
There are worse things.
Oh, you were fine. She did hit you pretty fucking hard, but you were fine. There's no...
Yeah, don't. You're still alive. Don't whine.
My playtime on this save file is 44 hours. Now, Jesus, take the fucking wheel. Oh, man. I have played a lot of Satisfactory. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my brake jet, because I got to switch everything over to set up for Pathfinder. It's going to be like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe slightly more like it usually is.
That's cool.
But I will be back on, and we'll play Pathfinder, and we will continue the Godsmouth Heresy. The level 1 Fiesta carries on. Just give me a little bit to get everything set up and ready. It kind of sucks I gotta actually close the stream for it, but it's because of that whole Windows camera access limitation thing, such as life. Be right back. We're gonna go do more level 1 shit. It's gonna be a good time.
Fiesta, more like a fiasco.
If you say so, Mom.